Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger, my friends. Today we got some tech for you for Guilty Gear Strive. So this will be Roman cancel tech. And this will be using your blue Roman cancel specifically to help aid your mix-up game. Now, there certainly is no shortage of mix-ups from Roman cancels in this game. We've covered quite a few over the course of the game's lifespan during this channel, right? But this one's very fun and interesting and it's been making the rounds lately. So the big thing and why I like this one is it's pretty universal. This doesn't discriminate against the character, right? Pretty much everyone can create this scenario. All you need is, enough meter to Roman cancel, and for most of the cats you'll need the corner just because, well, you'll just need the corner because not everyone has the same privilege in normals, right? So you need meter, you need corner, and the one other differentiator here is you will probably need to use some macros. So your button macros, you will almost certainly need your dash and Roman cancel to be set as a macro. You might be able to do this the old-fashioned manual way, but it would just make everything so much harder, so I would recommend against it. But all you need is dash macro set and Roman cancel macro set. So now let's get into it. What exactly is it, and how does this all work? Wow, okay. That's a very fast overhead. That's definitely a dang sight faster than jumping and doing it in the old-fashioned way, right? So how can I instant overhead so low to the ground here? If you're aware of how a lot of the concepts of the game here, you can backdash Roman cancel. And like you could cancel out of that, sure, but the problem is it'll move you very far away. So how did I do that while moving forward? And well, that's the essence of this tech. So what we need here, and this is why we have our stuff macroed, is you want to hold run. And when you're holding run, immediately, while holding run, because you do have to hold it, hit backwards and the Roman cancel button immediately. And what will happen is this. You will do basically your Roman cancel. That is the backdash version, and backdash is airborne, so you'll do the airborne Roman cancel, leaving you in the air, but you kept the original momentum of the run, and thus you did a backdash RC forwards. So you get to get all the fun of very low to the ground blue Roman cancel, enabling all this fun instant overhead stuff, while moving forwards instead of backwards. So one more time here, real quick. Hold run, and then right after holding run, and don't let go, immediately hit back Roman cancel. And it'll look like that. You'll know you did it correctly when after the Roman cancel, it'll take you like a split second because you land. Because you're like one frame off the air, like rather one frame into the air off the ground, right? So if you just do one, it looks like you never left the ground, you did it incorrectly. But when you do it, or if you did it backwards, I just screwed it up, right? But if you do it like this, and then you land, then you know you did it correctly. And naturally from there, that's when you can start getting your instant overheads in. So now let's see it in action here, right? So Soul is going to be blocking all my lows and mids. So the only way to crack them open is with this very fast instant overhead. And there you go, right? And of course, naturally you can combo into a quick low or whatever. Because you're so low to the ground, it's like a non-issue versus like a normal jump where some things might not combo correctly. Now on the flip, stand blocking everything, so we only want to go for a low. So what happens now? Well, it's pretty basic, right? If you want to use the run to move forward, you can, right? But basically do a going forward blue Roman cancel and then cancel into whatever low, right? It is visually totally 1000% impossible to tell which is which in the heat of battle, or even sometimes when you're looking at it, because once again you're only like a pixel off the ground. So basically regular blue Roman cancel, then go into whatever low of your choice, or use the technique as it stands and get your instant overhead instead. Now there's probably a couple questions you have, so let's field them real quick. So Rooflemonger, what about the characters that can't exactly run, right? I can hit this button all day long, Nagoriyuki's not exactly dashing out for nothing because he can't run. Well, in his case specifically, yes, it still works just fine. You can see right here, that little cue we talked about where you go forward and kind of fall and stomp on the ground. He can still do it just fine, right? So even though he has no run or no momentum at all, the game, I guess, takes pity on him. So he can still use the tech. There you go, a nice little instant overhead on Soul. He is once again here set to block everything, and we can use the tech to create an instant overhead for Nagoriyuki. This is definitely something he lacks, so that's pretty cool. And hey, there we go, not some bad damage for a character no one's really ever conditioned to do anything other than crouch block, right? So that's pretty workable. And that's good, right? So once again here, even though no run, this trick still works. Now, the problem is, this is for Nagoriyuki. For Potemkin, who also cannot run, his normals are simply too slow, and he'll literally land on the ground before any of them complete. So they can't really hit a crouching foe. Therefore, there's no mix, right? He can hit a grounded foe all he wants, but whatever. Whatever. He has Potemkin Buster. He's fine. He's good. Even though it'd be nice if he had it, right? But for Nagoriyuki, that's a nice little lair. Now, that's the characters who can't run. The characters who can run are fine. The characters who can't run, well, Nagoriyuki's fine, Potemkin less so much. What about the characters that don't have a regular run at all, right? They have just short dashes. It gets a little weird here. For someone like Leo, perfectly fine. Instant overheads all day long. Love it. Now, someone like Giovanna. No matter how I try to wrap my mind around it, Giovanna just simply can't do this normally. She can backdash and get the RC, right? So she can be airborne that way, the traditional way as it were. But with this tech, she can only ever be grounded. I don't know if it's the fact that her dash forces grounding and like it cannot be canceled into her backdash or something, because when I just try to force it that way, it doesn't really work the same way. But she herself cannot get this instant overhead mix other than doing it the old-fashioned way. So just buyer beware on that one. For a character like Leo who has a dash, it works fine, but for someone like Giovanna, no dice. And obviously now, for someone like Ino, like you don't need this tech. Dash into kick or whatever you want to do is already what everyone else is spending 50 bar to achieve, right? So you're fine with Ino. So that's the long and short of it. I'm just a really big fan of tech like this. It's just very interesting, adds a lot of layers to depth of the game. It gives characters that, you know, maybe don't have much of a high-low mix, even if you're not going to get the biggest combo on it, especially considering character to character, just the fact that it gives you the threat of something to work with, right? That's always better than nothing. So play around with it. Once again, I highly suggest you buying those buttons, the dash cancel and Roman cancel. And one more time, just so it's really baked in here, hold your dash cancel button, and then immediately, while holding the button, hit back and Roman cancel. And when done correctly, you'll just float just like 1 pixel above the air. And then from there, you can cancel anything you're doing into an instant overhead, combo out from there. And of course, once they respect that, then you can just go for all sorts of low options, right? Because that's fighting game 101. But I just think this is really cool, so try it out. Anyways, my friends, that is it for me. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well. Go out and play some Guilty Gear.
Love me.